Good morning, and I hope you've been well. So 2024 has honestly been a very interesting year for me and probably for many of you guys as well. I know it's something that I've always said in life is that I'm a firm believer that everything in general has a positive and a negative to it. And just like the years that go on by, there is always good and bad, up and down. It zigzags and yada yada yada. You get what I'm saying with all of that. I do hope that you guys had more good moments than bad moments, but if you did have more bad than good, I truly do hope that 2024 definitely at least taught you some lessons, you gained some experience, hopefully some good moments happened, and I truly do hope within 2025 that you have a very wonderful year. I know 2024 definitely had a lot of wacky moments and a lot of challenges, but again, it's just like every single year that goes on by, and whether again there's more good than bad, bad than good, there's still both that happen throughout every single year. So yeah, but either way, again, I truly do hope that 2025 will be nothing but a wonderful and successful year for you all. So I want to get into the reason why I'm making this video in general. It's something that I talked about months ago on a community post when the channel slowed down on uploads. I really wanted to make a YouTube community video, update video, whatever you want to call it. Just talking about a few things with you guys on why there was a lack of uploads at that given time. I decided to hold back and just wait to do a video like that because at the time I didn't really feel it was necessary. To be fair, a video like this isn't really necessary as well, but it's all good. It's what I want to do. Whether people do or don't watch it is fine. So yeah, it at least, makes me feel, somewhat better to just kind of like list off my goals, whether, people do or don't watch. So yeah, but before I get into all of that, I truly just want to say something real quick. Thank you for over 600 subscribers. I think at this point we're at like 602, 603, 100 subscribers, and it really does mean a lot. It's something that I've always said it, that in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot. It is nowhere near what a lot of large channels have and whatnot, but it's something that I say time and time again. I've always thought that this channel would always have right around, 0 views, 0 interactions, just because of how I am. I know that overall, I'm not really the most fun, energetic, loud person on the planet. I'm definitely more, as I've always said, boring, calm, down to earth. And that's just how I've pretty much always been in my day-to-day life with pretty much everyone. I'm not really... I guess, like, if I'm used to, like, close internet friends, yeah, I'll be goofy and whatnot, but I definitely haven't really done anything like that with, like, YouTube, so for the most part, I guess we got a truck going by. I'm sure that probably picked up on the mic, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, but overall, like, as you've seen on, like, the channel and whatnot, it's definitely not been super wacky or crazy. It's just a really, more chilled, down-to-earth kind of like vibe to it overall, so yeah, but because of all of that, it's just really surprised me that there are, some viewers that, comment, like, watch the video, maybe dislike and never return. Whatever the, interactions on the channel is, there is still some level of interactions, and it surprises me. It really means a lot to me, and I really do appreciate all the love and support throughout the few years that I've done YouTube, and again, just thank you. It really does mean a lot to me. Like I said earlier, I know compared to many, it's not a lot, but it's more than I could have ever even imagined. So again, thank you for that. And again, however you may watch the videos, it's always appreciated. I know there are probably people that skip around the fine certain things and certain reactions. Maybe they watch for a few seconds and say, yeah, I'm done. Maybe like, dislike it. Maybe you just use it as background noise. I think I had a couple of commenters from the past, say, while I'm doing like college work or homework, I'll just have this off to the side just because, how calm your voice is and whatnot. And yeah, that whole thing was still kind of like goofy to me because like I didn't really think of myself as like having like a calm voice per se, but thank you regardless, I guess. But however you go about the videos, it's how you want to go about it, and it just means a lot to me that there are people that do want to interact with this channel. And again, just thank you. Like, seriously, thank you. It really does mean a lot. And I know I don't want to sound like every single guy that says thank you and means a lot. I know so many people do say that, and I'm sure they truly mean it as well, but again, thanks. It, again, truly does mean a lot, and it does surprise me. So, 2024, going back to that, if I had to give it one word, fast is the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm sure many would probably agree with that. It's crazy because it feels like January hasn't even gone by, and we're all the way in December. Crazy. I don't even know where the months flown by. I don't know. It just, I feel like I closed my eyes at the beginning of January and I opened them and we're right around January yet again. It's crazy. It's kind of crazy, And I don't know if I'm gonna regret saying this one day, but nah, who cares? A few days ago, I turned 25 years old. And I remember, getting into some of these games, Reborn, Rejuvenation, Desolation, other fan-made games, and it's crazy. Like, I've gotten older, but I still have a passion for these kind of games, and it's like an interesting feeling in a sense that pretty much, let's just say when I got into these games, let's just say I was like 15 at the time, and I was a little bit younger when I started getting into like Pokemon and whatnot, but speaking on fan-made games and like other stuff that I play on the channel pretty much, when I was able to like play some of those other ones, because I brought it up before that I kind of grew up in a more like strict religious family. I won't get super into that, of course, but I didn't really get the opportunity to play like many games and whatnot. But when I was able to, as a teen, actually somehow manage to buy a laptop, how? Don't know, but somehow it worked. Playing, like ROM hacks and like official Pokemon games, doing like challenge runs, and then finding fan-made games and just like other stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to word. It's just weird for me thinking about that 10 years ago is pretty much when that happened, and I'm still kind of like doing the same thing, but it doesn't feel like 10 years has flown by. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know how to word it. It's just weird. And when like you're young like that, I feel like the days are more slow, but as you get a little bit older, it just seems to go by faster. And I'm not trying to sound like, oh no, I'm having a midlife crisis or anything like that. That's not where I'm going at with this, I promise. If I had like a midlife crisis, which I mean, like I've had, I'm sure many have, it's more towards like actually like family and friends, fearing for them, more than myself, more than anything. I've always said it before, I've never really once had a like fear of death or anything like that. If it happens, it happens, and it will happen. That's the thing. It could be tomorrow, it could be 50 years from now. One of the beauties of it is there is no guarantee. You're never guaranteed a tomorrow. You know, a quote that I, heard from somebody that I was watching on YouTube. I love this quote so much. The only thing that's certain is uncertainty. And I've been saying that non-stop. I love that. Because it's true. The only thing that's certain is uncertainty. You are never guaranteed anything. That's why I'm a firm believer that you have to do what's right for you, what's necessary, and continue moving forward. You have to. And it's something that's, stuck with me for a long while. Patience is a good thing. I love being a patient person. But it's something that, I like to use this little, how do I want to word it? Like analogy in a sense. Like, let's say like you're somebody that's like, my time will come. It'll arrive one day. That's like, standing in the middle of a room, waiting. And everything around you is changing, it's moving, it's going. But you're not. You're sitting there saying, it's gonna happen. That's not how change happens. That's not how growth happens. Growth happens by getting out, going out, doing the things that you want to do and don't want to do. Now, I'm not saying, for an example, you have to like do everything that you dislike, but I'm saying more so in a sense, doing the hard things that need to be done, that are a necessary, whether it's eating a little more healthy, cleaning your room, going to work, going to school. There's all sorts of things that people don't necessarily want to do, but they have to do. And it's important to keep that in mind as you're going forward. Patience is good, but going out there, doing what needs to be done to better yourself is what is truly needed for growth to happen. And that kind of gets into 2025. And I know I'm just ranting just to rant. I want this video to be something that I spew nonsense to you guys, and whether people do or don't listen is fine. But on to 2025, I really wanted to be a year that I change some things, do some things, not just with YouTube, but with me. I know I've gotten into working out in 2024. There's definitely been on and off times where I'm really into it, and then I've kind of fallen off a little. I would say I did pretty good overall with 2024, but with 2025, I want to be more tight and be more strict and consistent. And I think that's one of the number one things that I have on my mind. Consistent. Have a goal, even if it isn't done today or tomorrow or a year from now. I at least want to do the things that I want to do to at least create the stepping stones and eventually getting to that end goal. That's kind of my mindset right now for the next year. Is I want to be more tight, I want to be more determined, I want to be more consistent, and that's just what's been on my mind for a while, and for you guys out there, whatever the goal may be, whatever the objective may be, I want a partner, I want a relationship, I want to get married, I want a new job, I want to switch careers, I want to work out, I want to go to the park, I want to rebuild my relationship with my mom and dad. There are all sorts of objectives and dreams and goals. Whatever it may be, work towards getting to the end of that goal. Even if it isn't done in 2025, as long as you've put in some level of effort towards the end goal, that's better than nothing. That's better than just standing still hoping it's going to get better. It's going to get better. I'm going to win. I got this. And you're still just kind of like standing there not really doing anything. And I'm not trying to say this to be mean, I just say it out of tough love, because I know I was very similar when I was like way younger. That, you know, I was like, it'll happen, it'll go, we got this, and I didn't really do anything to get there. I just don't want that for you. It may be uncomfortable, it may not be fun, it isn't fun at the beginning. But the moment you start, you know, moving, gaining some traction, don't stop, keep going. Even if it hurts, even if it gets tiresome, you just gotta keep moving. And one day, I truly hope that you'll get to that end goal, and it'll be a wonderful feeling. And even if it isn't, and if you feel just about the same, that's okay too. No matter the emotion that you have, at least it's done. Anyways, plans for 2025 with YouTube specifically, and enough about me trying to be more, you know, consistent with all sorts of things. I won't get into super like specific stuff because I don't really like talking about personal stuff with me, but I definitely have like a lot of goals with trying to get more consistent with staying on track with working out, eating better. I'm not the most like unhealthy person, but I definitely want to eat a little bit more healthy. Again, be more active. I want to get out a little bit more, and, you know, just change up things a little bit, get a little bit out of my comfort zone, and just try some things. I know I've definitely, you know, worked a lot this year with work and all sorts of things, but there's still many more things that I want to do. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. I don't want to get into like specifics, but goals for the YouTube channel though. Where do I even like begin? And by the way, I don't really have like a list for this. I'm just kind of like spewing nonsense, like I said earlier, and hopefully I don't forget something, but knowing me, I probably will. Let's see here. Let's Plays. Let's go with that one. It's something that I brought up before that I really want to do better with Let's Plays on the channel and uploads. I know the style of the videos probably won't really change too much, but I really want to get out of my head a little bit. I've said it many times, one of my biggest problems is I overthink so many things. And the honest part, it is not going anywhere. That overthinking is going nowhere. There's no point in me trying to say, oh, I'll try to do better at it. No, it's stuck with me. It's not going anywhere. It's just how I am. But it's something that this year, and I don't remember who it was exactly, but I will forever be grateful to that one guy or lady that may have commented that thing, whoever they may have been, that they said, you know, trying to do 3 to 4 Let's Plays and trying to do this full time when you can't is not good for you. I don't want you getting burnt out, and it's also a ton on the viewer trying to go about it like that. And they were right. And during that time, I think we're doing like 2 Pokemon games and one other other game, and I talked about doing another one, doing like 3 to 4 Let's Plays at a time, and they were right to call me out on that, and I'm just thankful for that they were looking out for me and just giving me some real advice about that. It's too much for the viewers, and it's too much on you. You're going to burn yourself out. And I know I've said before that I feel bad in a sense by like video uploads and whatnot. I know I'm not the most consistent person this year in 2024, but that's something again I want to do better at. And my goal for 2025, if I can do 4 videos a week, 5 is the max. I don't want to do more than 5. 4 videos. 2 videos of some Pokemon Family game or an official game if we do a challenge run. And 2 videos a week of any other game that is not Pokemon related. And then once one or the other's done, we'll stick to one Pokemon, and then one other random game. And that's that. There will be a rare occurrence that there will probably be a third one. The only reason for that is Rejuvenation V14. Because we might be in the middle of 2 games, and then if that one comes out, we might do 3 at a time. Or I might take a break from 2 to focus on V14. We'll get there when we get there. But for the time being, unless that event happens, and it will next year at some time, 2 Let's Plays, 4 videos a week. I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to overdo it. 4 is more than plenty, especially with them being, 30, 40, 50 minutes to like an hour plus. No need to do any more than that. And I know I've gotten some suggestions from close friends, and I think 1 or 2 people in the past, like, oh, what, like, you can like edit and cut stuff out, and I'm gonna be real. I've said it so many times. I don't like cutting stuff out. I don't like editing. Do I mind editing? No, I can certainly like cut up a video and like make it from an hour to like 10, 15, 20 minutes easily. But do I want to? No. No, not at all. I like the style of lengthy videos, not cutting out, bits and pieces of the gameplay itself. I'm not into that. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I know that a big trend isn't really Let's Plays anymore, and I understand and I accept that, and I know that this really won't ever really grow into anything huge, and I don't. Here's the thing, I've always said if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But would I truly want it to grow into something? If it does, I would want it to stay small regardless. I don't want a big channel. I just want a small, maybe like close community at the most, and just vibe and have fun with it. That would be the most that I want out of it. Do I expect that? No, but there are still some people that are here and still watching, and that's more than plenty for me. It again still surprises me that there are people that watch, and yeah, but if there was something that I wanted the most, probably, like, again, it'd be cool to have, like, I don't know, like a few thousand, and have like a few close people commenting here and there. We do kind of like have that, but I mean like at a slightly larger scale is what I'm getting at. That would be the most that I would probably want, but if it doesn't, that's totally fine. I'm fine with where it is. I don't want it to be a big channel, and again, I don't expect it to either. But yeah, anyways, just to wrap it up, I think that 4 videos a week should be more than plenty. I would say 5 at the absolute max, but 2 games, 2 Let's Plays, 4 videos a week, I think that's more than plenty for the channel. So that's what I want to do, and just not overthink it or overdo things. So yeah. Now, Let's Plays in general, going not so much into the uploads, but the games themselves. That's a really interesting one, because it's really tricky, because like with the direction that I'm going in, with like doing longer Let's Play videos, it's like tricky, because it's like I get quite a few suggestions, and I do have them like written down. Like I have, what was that one? Like From the Darkness, or The Darkness Within. It was some like horror game suggestion. I think it was something like that. Little Nightmares 1 and 2, I do have that written down. There's a few Pokemon fan-made games that I got recommended throughout this year. I think somebody brought up doing Minecraft, doing a Let's Play of that, and again, I'd have to look at my notes and whatnot, if I could find them, hopefully. I'm sure it's somewhere on my desk, but yeah, like I have like so many like ideas and games that I want to get into, but again, it's just going to take some time, and with some of those games, with them being a little bit more of a larger kind of game, because like I said it before, I record on a laptop and a regular Blue Yeti microphone, and that kind of goes into like the next thing pretty soon. But yeah, I promise at some point we will get to some of those games, and hopefully this year we may not get to every single one, but hopefully we'll try out some new games and whatnot. So yeah, and if you want to leave like suggestions, that's totally fine. And again, something that I've always said, because I think there's a few games that got recommended and I was like, yeah, sorry, I'm not playing that. If it seems like something I have no interest in at all, I'm just probably not gonna bother trying it. I mean, I guess I can give it a go, but there are a few that I've looked at and I'm like, sorry, I'm not playing that. I don't think I would have fun with it at all. And I don't know, like it's an odd thing with me with like games because it's like I wanted to be a channel that I not only do like Pokemon games and like more like RPG horror 2D story rich kind of games. I really want to like branch out a little bit and try like different, you know, genres and different games and whatnot. There are a few that I absolutely, like I said before, won't touch. I guess for example, any sports game is an absolute no-go. I have no care at all for sports, and I'm sure there's many more like odd kind of games that I just don't really think I'd ever touch or really get into, but I think some people might kind of understand the genre that I'm into. And if you want to like again recommend something that's a little outside the box, I guess like Stardew Valley is a little bit outside of the box, like stuff like that, and maybe like something else. I'm more than fine at the very least, you know, hearing your suggestion, and if it seems like something I would play, I'll put it on the list and we'll get to it at some given point on the channel, hopefully. And I guess like another thing as well is it's something that I said before. I don't really play games a lot. The only time that I honestly like play games is literally with YouTube or late at night with like Discord friends. Other than that, I'm not really like a gamer per se. Like I enjoy playing games, but I'm not like a passionate gamer or anybody that's really good at games in general. Like God, I suck at games. I'm sure you guys have witnessed that multiple times. But I just I just enjoy playing them when I get the chance to. Is pretty much what I'm saying. And while I may not be good at them, I still want to at least give it a try and, you know, play it and experience the story and the gameplay and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, if you want to leave suggestions, that's totally fine. I'll try to get to a lot of them this year, but there is no promise on that because again, with the way that I am with uploads, it may be a little while, but we'll get there when we get there. Now, going on to the bigger, you know, games and whatnot that I mean, I could play on the laptop, but I just don't really think it'd be wise to. I do this year plan to get and build a new PC. I've said it in what, 2023, 2024. I've been wanting one, I've been wanting to build one, and I haven't. It's something similar to my 2025 goal, something that I want to do that I haven't. I want to do it in 2025, and that is in that category. I want to build a PC. I want to build a nice PC. I want to save money, put it aside, and just have a very nice PC. It will not be the most expensive thing on the planet, but I don't want it to be the cheapest thing ever, or either. I want something that can do what I wanted to do, and a little bit more, and really just go a little bit wacky with YouTube and whatnot, with actually doing some of those more larger games. So I cannot promise that, but what I can say is I will put money aside to work towards getting a PC in 2025. That is a goal of mine. Even if it takes one more year to do that, because PC stuff is not cheap, and who knows what life is going to bring in 2025, because it's something that I've always said and something that I've always advised to, you know, like internet friends and just anybody in general. Your needs go before your wants, no matter what. You gotta have food in your belly, you gotta have a roof over your head, you gotta have a car, you gotta have a job, clothes on your body, and you get the point. Like, your necessities and needs always come first before your wants. They have to. That's just something that I've always lived by. And while I do want a PC this year, and we're going to work towards that, I cannot guarantee it 100% because I don't know what 2025 is going to bring in my life. That I don't know. So, yeah, but just know that I do intend to have one built in 2025. I cannot guarantee it, but that is a goal of mine. I've been saying it for a few years. It's about time that I actually commit to it. So yeah. Now with that being said, that gets into the whole topic of streaming. Streaming is an interesting thing. I don't know if I would do YouTube or Twitch or what. Probably either Twitch or YouTube. If, and that's a big if I did streaming. That I don't know. Streaming honestly works the best with my style of videos because I could just stream for like a few hours and just play whatever. That kind of fits perfectly into what I'm doing, but it's almost as if you're starting from scratch if I did it like on Twitch. I would still do like videos for YouTube, but it's like tricky. Like I don't know how to like balance one or the other. We'll get there when we get there. And you know what? It could be a thing that, and I've talked to a few people as well. We've talked about doing like group calls, doing like streaming and whatnot. The problem is it's just time. With work, life, and everything, it's hard to dedicate hours of time to streaming. Because again, you know, get up in the morning, get home around, you know, the evening, late evening time. You know, I gotta eat. I want to get in about an hour and a half of working out. You know, shower, clean up. And then when I get that all said and done, it's already, you know, like late evening, like 9 o'clock, like 8, 9, 10, you know. And it's like, I'm tired. And I gotta get back up in the morning and redo the same cycle over and over and over. And it's tricky to make time to do that. It's tricky. That one I cannot confirm, but I and a few like internet friends have tried to discuss some of that stuff, but time is the most difficult thing with all of that. But like I brought up before, it could definitely be a thing that maybe we don't stream like Pokemon games, but we've talked about it before, like maybe streaming some, we goofed around saying like Trucker Simulator and some other like multiplayer games and just like goof off and just do stupid stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Streaming's a oh, that's, sorry, that was who? Oh, Zoomies Discord, right. Sorry for that notification. Well, just to say it, whatchamacallit, I am a Patreon to her. Oh goodness. I feel terrible. Why am I blanking the name of her project? I actually feel bad. Overgrown. Sorry, that's it. Overgrown. I know she's, well, I shouldn't say anymore because I shouldn't say what she does on Patreon. Anyways, enough of that. So, yeah, sorry for that Discord sound there. But anyways, streaming. It's a difficult thing. Sorry, that really like caught me off guard for a second. I thought I had Discord closed, but I guess not. But anyways, streaming's just like a difficult thing for me and a few of my like internet friends. We again talked about before doing like goofy streams, doing like multiplayer stuff, but maybe for like YouTube per se, it just stays more chill and like the more lengthy kind of videos. But we can also like upload like the best moments kind of stuff or goofy moments from those streams into YouTube. That's something that, you know, can definitely be done as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens down the road with all of that. We'll see. But yeah, streaming's just a big maybe, but with a new PC, it definitely opens up a few doors, if that makes sense, for doing much more larger games more comfortably than on a laptop. but it allows me to also potentially get into streaming as well. So yeah. Oh, right, another like big thing that I forgot about with like Let's Plays, me and my sister, we intend to do some projects together on YouTube. We plan to do a few Soul Links on a few official games. And I'm honestly really excited about that, because it's something she's been wanting to do with me for a while. And I said it before, I really want to get not only into like Pokemon Family games, but the official games, doing some challenge runs. I know I wanted to do a hardcore Nuzlocke of Black and White. We will get to that, even though that was like 2 years ago when I said I wanted to do that. We'll get to that, I promise, at some given point, maybe in 2025. But yeah, we do want to do a Soul Link together, and if it goes well, hopefully we'll do more together, and maybe, you know, get a few others. I don't know, like a 3 or like a 4, I don't know, player Let's Play, just doing, you know, like a Nuzlocke of some random game. You know, there's a lot of like plans, there's a lot of ideas that I have of YouTube, but again, I just don't want to overdo it. We'll go about it step by step and not, you know, overeat and not be able to chew up, you know, everything. If that was a terrible way to word that phrase, but biting off more than you could chew is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there, but that is another thing that I have in mind. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for streaming. Streaming's a big maybe. I like the idea of it, but again, it comes down to time. Time is the most difficult part with all of that, and whether I do it on my own or with friends. If I do it with friends, here's the thing, it cannot be like an everyday thing. It would have to be whenever it's convenient, and if it grows, cool. If not, cool. So yeah, it's just a fun thing in my mind. Let's see here. Right, I guess like the channel itself, I want to redo the banner. I want to redo that. I want to redo potentially the profile picture. I wanted to make it look more like fun, poppy, like colorful, vibrant, and just more of like a YouTube kind of look. Because like I think it's just like a really glitchy, like Primal Groudon and Groudon, which I do like my profile picture, but the banner I do want to change. But I will probably end up changing the profile picture as well. My sister usually does all my thumbnails and stuff like that, so I pretty much like commission her to do that. And by the way, in every description of most of the videos, I do have her Etsy if you do want to check it out. Yeah, only if you want to. But anyways, yeah, I do want to do that as well. That's something that I did have in mind. What it's going to be, that I don't know. That's the problem. I know I talked to her once before and she's like, well, what do you want? I'm like, that's the problem. I don't know what I want. I just don't know. Like, I thought about maybe like a simple, like, I don't know, Groudon with like some of the games we played and maybe some of the characters, or maybe just something. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll get there when we get there, as I've said multiple times, but I do want to rechange like the YouTube stuff as well, like the banner and the profile picture. That's something that I do have in my mind as well. So yeah, you know, I think I've pretty much gone through most of the things that I wanted to say, honestly, because like I talked a little bit about 2024, a little bit about 2025. I talked about, you know, like the games that I want to get into, my goals, like the uploading, the streaming, possibly a new gaming PC. Yeah, I think I pretty much went through most what I wanted to say, so I won't take any more of your time. If anybody watched to the end, maybe, maybe not, don't know, but yeah. It's something that I'll go back to what I said before. It really is crazy that, again, 2024 is just, you know, less than a day, and we'll get into 2025. It's crazy. And it's something that You know, I've always messed around with, you know, internet friends when I'm on call late at night on Discord. I've always like messed with them saying, you know, tomorrow I'm gonna turn 55 years old. And a lot of them are like, what? Why? How? No, you're not. And the reason like I say that once in a full moon is, as I said before, time is flying by so fast. One day you will turn 55. Maybe you won't. Maybe I won't. As I said earlier, life and everything is not guaranteed. So that is why here and now it's important to lay out the stepping stones and go about it one by one and truly work towards a better you, a better future, maybe a better relationship, maybe improving your health, your body, your mind. Maybe you're religious and you want to improve spiritually. Could be a career thing. I want a better car. I want to talk to more people. Everybody has different goals. Everybody has different mindsets. Everybody looks at things differently. And that's totally okay. That's fine. If it wasn't that and everybody was the same, as I've said time and time again, we would be doomed. It's important that everyone is different in their own way, whether you like it or not. Because, again, everybody has likes and dislikes and preferences and yada yada yada, and yeah, I don't know. If everybody was the same, I truly believe it would be disastrous. It's a good thing that we all have different goals, different ideals, and in one way, shape, and form, we're just trying to live. We're just trying to go about it step by step. And I guess the beauty of it is, even if you agree to disagree, there is no, you know, one right answer. There's multiple right answers to achieving what you want. As I said, you just have to go out there and do the things that you gotta do and wanna do and don't wanna do to get to the end goal on whatever it may be. I hope some kind of get the point on where I'm getting at with that, because I know I can sound like a cringe boomer at times. You know, I don't know, I always get teased, like I have like an old man spirit pretty much, and maybe so, but where I'm just trying to get at and say is, I truly hope that whatever it is, big or small, that you achieve what you want to achieve. I really do mean that. And if nobody's rooting for you, and if nobody believes you can do it, I do. There are many people that are rooting for you that you don't even see, and you may never see, but they're rooting for you. They want you to win. They want you to succeed. I promise that. Happy New Year's Eve, or Happy New Year's. Or maybe Happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever the day is that you're watching this video. I hope you have a happy and successful and wonderful life. I hope you have many goods, and when the bads arrive, I hope you don't allow it to overtake you, and you go through it, you weather out the storm, and you just keep moving. I truly do appreciate you all. I love you all. And good luck out there. Take care of yourselves out there. I love you all. Good morning. Take care of yourselves. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's. Good morning. I love you guys.